Welcome. Thank you for your trust in joining me tonight. This journey is a very personal one for me as well. Like many people, I know what it feels like to carry anxiety. The racing thoughts, the heaviness in your chest, the feeling of always needing to be one step ahead of something you can't quite name. Because of that, creating this isn't about standing in front of you as someone who has everything figured out. It's about standing beside you as someone who understands the struggle and continuously shows up anyways. I want to sincerely thank you for trusting me enough to be part of your journey. I know there are countless ways you could spend your time, and the fact that you've chosen to spend these moments here with me means more than I can express. My hope is that this becomes more than just a meditation, and remind ourselves that strength isn't the absence of anxiety. Sometimes strength is just simply showing up despite it. So wherever you're starting from today, you are welcome here, exactly as you are. Thank you for being here, and let's begin. Close your eyes. Let your hands rest wherever they are the most comfortable. Take a long, slow, deep breath in and release. Again, when you're ready, big deep breath in and let it go. There is nowhere to get to tonight. Nothing to solve. Nothing to figure out. For a little while, you are simply here. You do not have to force your body to relax. You do not have to make your thoughts become quiet. You do not have to prove that this moment is working. Just let yourself be here. And as you rest, the room around you begins to soften. The edges blur. The air changes. Until without noticing exactly when it happened, you find yourself lying in a meadow beneath the night sky. The grass beneath you is cool, but not cold. The earth holds you easily. Around you, wildflowers move gently in the evening breeze. Some are tall and silver in the moonlight. Some are no bigger than your thumb. Some you recognize. Others seem to belong only to this place. The temperature is perfect. Not warm, not cool. The kind of night that asks nothing from your body. The kind of night where your muscles do not have to brace against heat or cold. The kind of night that lets you notice how tired you have been without asking you to explain why. Above you stretches a sky so full of stars that it almost does not look real. Thousands of them, perhaps millions. Some bright, some faint, some so distant their light began traveling towards you before anyone alive today had taken their first breath. For a while, simply rest beneath them. Nothing here is asking anything of you. Not improvement, not healing, not progress, not answers. The flowers around you are not trying to become anything other than flowers. The stars above you are not trying to prove that they belong in the sky. The earth beneath you is not worried about tomorrow morning. For a little while, you are allowed to belong here exactly as you are. Then slowly, you notice the clouds. Not storm clouds, not yet. Only clouds moving quietly through the night. As they pass overhead, some of the stars disappear behind them, then reappear. Disappear, then return. The sky changes. The stars do not. Watch the clouds for a little while. Some drift through the sky so gently you barely notice them arriving. Others gather more heavily. Some disappear quickly. Others seem as though they intend to stay forever. And yet every cloud you have ever seen eventually becomes a different sky. Every single one. Even the ones that felt permanent when you stood beneath them. Because some days, anxiety feels like weather. Thoughts moving faster than you can hold. Questions arriving faster than answers. Your mind checking doors that are already locked. Looking for danger in places that are already safe. Trying very hard to protect you. Trying so hard that sometimes it forgets to rest. Maybe you know what it's like to become afraid of your own thoughts. To wonder why your heart is racing when nothing around you is wrong. To feel your body preparing for danger that never arrives. To feel your chest tighten. Your hands grow cold. Your mind gathering possibilities faster than you can answer them. Maybe you know what it feels like to become frightened by your own heartbeat. To wonder if it's beating too fast. To notice your breathing and suddenly not trust it anymore. To scan yourself the way other people scan the horizon. To sit in a room where nothing is wrong and still feel your body preparing for something terrible. To want someone to truly understand that you are not choosing this. That you are not being dramatic. That you are not failing at something everyone else seems to know how to do. As though some ancient watchman inside you has mistaken the wind for footsteps. As though some part of you stood guard for so long that it no longer remembers what standing down feels like. And if that is true, perhaps tonight that watchman can sit beside you in the meadow for a little while. Perhaps tonight the watchman can lay down in the grass beneath the flowers and the stars. Not dismissed, not punished, not fought. Simply allowed to rest its eyes for a little while beneath the night sky. Simply allowed to know that someone else is watching for a while. Simply allowed to know peace. Perhaps the watchman is tired. Perhaps the watchman has earned its rest. Perhaps it has spent years listening for sounds that never came, watching doors that were already locked. preparing for storms that never reached the shore. Perhaps tonight, the watchman notices the flowers moving in the breeze, the softness of the grass, the perfect temperature of the evening air, the stars overhead. Perhaps tonight, the watchman remembers that rest is not the same thing as abandoning its post. Perhaps it discovers that lying down for a while is not the same thing as leaving. Perhaps, for the first time in a very long time, it closes its eyes. A breeze moves across the meadow. The flowers bow with it, then rise again. They do not resist the wind. They do not shame themselves for bending. And when it passes, they remain. Above you, the clouds shift again. And for a moment, the entire sky opens. Stars from one horizon to another. So many that trying to count them would be impossible. You realize something then. The stars never fought the clouds. They never hurried them along. They never demanded explanations. Never asked when they would finally leave. They never disappeared because they were hidden. They simply continued being stars, bright even when unseen, present even when covered, waiting without fear for the sky to clear. And perhaps there is something inside you that works that way too. Something beneath the fear, beneath the racing thoughts, beneath the exhaustion, something that remains itself, even when you cannot feel it clearly, something that panic cannot erase, something that has been there through every difficult night you have already survived. And maybe, for once, you do not have to be ashamed of how hard your body has tried to keep you safe. Maybe the racing thoughts were never proof that you were broken. Maybe the tight chest was never proof that you were failing. Maybe the fear was not weakness. Maybe it was an alarm that learned to ring too easily after too many long nights. And here in this meadow, beneath this patient sky, nothing calls you dramatic. Nothing calls you too much. Nothing asks you why you cannot simply calm down. The stars do not shame the storm for arriving. The meadow does not shame the flowers for bending. And tonight, you do not have to shame yourself for the ways you have learned to survive. The one inside you who has been standing watch finally rests beside you. Not because the world has become perfectly safe. Not because there will never be storms again. Not because every question has been answered. It rests because even those who guard the gates deserve sleep. Even those who keep watch deserve kindness. Even those who have spent years protecting the village deserve someone to say, "I have it from here for a while." Perhaps it is the stars speaking. Perhaps it is the meadow. Perhaps it is the earth beneath you. Or perhaps it is some older and quieter part of yourself that has been waiting a very long time to be heard. But somewhere in the night, the tired part of you finally hears, "Rest now. I will keep watch for a little while. Not forever. Just long enough for your shoulders to loosen. Long enough for your breathing to deepen. Long enough to remember what peace feels like in your own body." The stars do not ask the watchman to disappear, only to rest. And perhaps that is all this night is asking of you too. Not healing, not fixing, not becoming someone else by morning. Just rest. The clouds can continue their journey across the sky. The stars know what to do. And tonight, you do not have to stand watch alone. Feel the earth beneath you. Feel the air against your skin. Listen to the flowers moving around you. Notice that your shoulders may be sitting a little lower now. That your breathing may be arriving a little easier. Notice that nothing terrible happened while you rested. The sky remained. The stars remained. And perhaps so did you. Nothing in the sky has been solved tonight. And yet something inside you may feel different. Not cured, not transformed, not fixed, only reminded that your body has been trying to protect you, that exhaustion is not failure, that vigilance is not the same thing as safety, that rest is not surrender. Rest is part of survival too. And now very gently, begin to carry this understanding back with you. You do not have to leave the meadow all at once. Let the stars remain above you. Let the flowers remain around you. Let the feeling of the earth stay beneath your body for one more breath. And then another. Begin to notice the rise and fall of your chest. Notice your hands. Notice the surface supporting you in the room where you began. You are not being pulled away from the meadow. You are bringing something back from it. The next time your thoughts race ahead of you, the next time your heart mistakes uncertainty for danger, the next time your breathing suddenly feels unfamiliar, remember this meadow. Remember these flowers. Remember that the stars remained even when you could not see them. And ask yourself only one question. Am I the storm? Or am I the sky that is holding it? You do not have to answer perfectly. The question itself is enough to create a little space, a little room between you and fear, a little reminder that panic can move through you without becoming the whole of you. If you ever need this meadow again, it will remember you. The flowers will still be here. The sky will still be wide. The stars will still know how to wait. You can return whenever the world feels too loud, whenever your thoughts move too quickly, whenever the one inside you who keeps watch forgets that rest is allowed. Take one more slow, deep breath in and release. Feel the room around you now. Feel your body supported. Move your fingers gently. Move your toes when you are ready. And before you open your eyes, let this truth settle somewhere inside of you. You are not broken. You are tired from protecting yourself for too long. And tired things deserve tenderness. You do not have to stand watch every moment to deserve peace. The sky is not asking you to clear the clouds tonight, only to remember what exists beyond them. When you are ready, open your eyes. Namaste.